We've made it to the end. This is the final episode in the Creating Nothing Ordinary series. I'm Jenny Rausch with Karr Bick Kitchen and Bath, and today we're going to talk about picking the right team. I can't stress enough the importance of choosing the right team, and it's because what is in the middle matters most. You're going to travel through this journey, and it's going to take weeks and months, and there are going to be people in your house all day, every day, and you have to like them, and they have to work well together, and they have to be able to problem solve. And if you do not pick the right people going in, it can be the difference between a joyful, happy experience and a dreadful, scary, crying experience. Your life is sort of on this crazy tilt-a-whirl because you ask us, pay us to come in your house and literally destroy it and then put it back together again. And the end product is beautiful, but the disruption in the middle is chaotic. That's why it's important to know the people and to trust the people and to like the people going into the project. A good team can save you time and money because essentially they have your back and your best interest at heart. They've listened to you, they know what it is that you're after in this project, and you're gonna encounter problems along the way. And it's not about not encountering problems, it's about how you deal with the problems when they happen. And if you pick the right team, it's gonna go a lot smoother, which saves you lots of time and money. You want people on your team who are experts, potentially that have worked together before. Potentially you're going to have a kitchen and bath designer on your team, a builder, contractor, an architect, and potentially an interior designer. And you don't have to have all 4 categories. Sometimes you just have 2 or 3, depending on the scope of project. The contractor or builder, obviously you need them because they're gonna install the project. But some kitchen and bath companies have their own installation department. Karr Bick Kitchen and Bath does. You'll probably have an architect on your team if you're doing an addition or any exterior work because you'll need them for plans and permits. If your budget allows, hiring an interior designer to help you think through your furniture floor plans, your drapery, and your paint colors is helpful. A kitchen and bath designer like myself can do your kitchen, bath, wherever spaces in terms of the color selection and the design. Kitchen, bath designers, wherever designers, we have the know-it-all, the wherewithal, the ability to measure the space, the fit and finish, make sure doors and drawers open, read the technical specs. So we have a creative part to our brain, but we also have a technical part to our brain, and that's key to making sure the space goes in properly. Something as simple as a piece of hardware and the projection of that hardware in the corner can be the difference between your oven door opening or not opening. And if you don't think through those really specific things, it's the difference between a functioning and a non-functioning space. People ask me all kinds of questions when they're interviewing me about becoming a kitchen and bath designer for them. And honestly, they're not the questions I think they should be asking. So we've developed a list of questions. They're interview questions for anybody that's going to be on the team. And they're applicable to me as a kitchen and bath designer, to your contractor, to your architect, to your interior designer. And they're more about problem solving and people skills and how and when and if they're able to listen to you and your needs. Because the softball questions like, what is your design inspiration, is something that you can read from an article, but how I deal with a problem and what is a problem that I've recently dealt with is a lot more critical to how your project is going to function in the end. And that's where you can understand the real personality of the person you're going to be with. The people that you want on your team are going to listen to you, they're going to hear what you have to say, they're going to have your back, they're going to be responsive, they're going to know how you like to communicate. These are all questions you need to make sure that you ask. These are things, it's all really about communication, right? If you boil it down, it's communication and problem solving. I always say I'm really not a kitchen and bath designer, I'm a problem solver. That's what I do every day. I solve the problem of your design dilemma all the way down to, okay, there was a pipe there, how are we gonna deal with it? And that is, in essence, what you need to figure out about your team. How do they do that and how well do they do that? So hopefully these questions that we've developed, and we would love to hear questions from you also. You can go to our Facebook page and tell us what you think you should be asking. But the idea is that hopefully you can figure out from the way that people answer these questions whether your personalities align, because in the end that's what matters, right? You've got people that align and communicate properly together so that your project works. The people you do not want on your team are the people that overpromise, for sure. So if somebody's telling you from day one, this is gonna be great, there's gonna be no problems. It's gonna be done, it's gonna be clean, there's nothing gonna go wrong, run, because it's absolute bullshit. And I can say that because this is like the internet. You do not want toxic people or people that make you feel bad. So I've seen several clients, they interact with potentially a contractor, an architect, or a builder, somebody that makes them feel like they're not listened to or they feel pushed around. When you feel that early on, just run, be decisive, and just cut them out. Just make the decision, find someone else, because this is a long path. It's a long journey, and you want to make sure the people that walk that path with you are people that you enjoy and respect and trust. I talk about the toxic house and the happy house. So I was on 2 projects at once, 2 new construction projects, and they went completely differently. One house, the homeowner, the client, she would visit every Friday, bring chili and beer and drinks and interact with the guys and ask them about themselves, all of them, you know, every level of contractor crew on this site. And they got to know her, and she was friendly and nice. So when a problem arose, they bent over backwards to help her fix it with joy, and there was no conflict. So yes, there was a problem, but there was really no conflict because everybody got along. The other house that was being built at the same time, the person hired someone to go over there every day and oversee everyone with this hardball approach where they were looking over everyone's shoulder, questioning everything, mistrust, and there was just a toxic environment. And every time there was an issue, nobody wanted to handle it, nobody wanted to fix it, nobody wanted to show up for work that day. And that project was a disaster. So it wasn't because one had more issues than the other, it was just how the issues were handled. And I think it's a great example of how to be on a project, during a project. I also think it's good when your team has worked together before because they know and understand each other and are familiar with the way they communicate. If it's at all possible, it's great when your team knows each other. If you choose a company that's a little bit more turnkey, in other words, one company does your design, your product material ordering, and your installation, you only have one place to go when something goes wrong, and it alleviates a lot of the finger pointing. We did it! We made it through all the episodes. Thanks for trucking through these with us. I hope we've empowered you to create nothing ordinary, and we hope to see you soon either in Karr Bick's showroom or online on our Facebook page or on our website.